Welcome back to another episode of Progress Mindset Podcast. We hope that you are doing well today. We are back with another episode for Black History Month. We wanted to just kick the month off with some Black history knowledge and appreciation because it seems like it's been getting lost these days. Remember the days where Black History Month, you would just everything on the TV, every celebration. But now, I forgot it was even February. So today we're just gonna highlight the importance of Black History Month and our history as um, Black colored people and why we should, not erase um, where we come from. Right, Franz?
Oh yeah, absolutely. Could not have agreed more. And you all right, cause I can remember from when I was a child, like when it was Black History Month, it was exciting month, very exciting time to do projects, and you had to pick like your heroes, like people that you admire or to do your project on. I'm not sure if they still do that, but I know I don't even need to look it up because I already know a lot of places, states and schools are not. It's probably pretty much restricted to like discuss anything racial, which is ridiculous. Cause I already know that they're not as focused on Black history as they should be. So it's like a no-brainer, especially now, like you said. It seems to be less and less coverage of Black history. So I mean, it's up to us, the people, to change that. I mean, to keep it moving, and to keep kids and people that's not educated on Black history, on Black people, period, to learn, or for you to teach them and stuff. Because nobody's gonna like go online and actually look up anything themselves. You know, Can care less, especially if you don't have anything to do with them. Don't. They Most people won't care about saying unless you put it in front of them, and where they have to hear it, or just make it a meme, or just make it a thing on social media, or whatever the case with me, or put it in front of them on TV. That's the only way that they will want to learn about something. So like you said before, like it was like more commercials and like more things, platforms talking about Black history, because that narrative was being like basically shoved in front of you. They was putting it out there, and when you don't do that anymore, like people just shy away from things very quickly. It's like it's an acute effect right away. It's just like as fast as it can appear, it can also disappear as well. So for the past year, last year, especially 2023, with certain states, how they was talking about like just removing certain things from schools, you could tell that they slowly, trying to decrease the amount of teaching of Black history in schools, which is not good. Because the kids are the future. If we haven't checked in a long time, the ones that's small now are the ones that's gonna run the world one day. Not the ones that's older. People. We switch in places as we go in life. So the young ones, they need to learn about stuff that we know. Because if you don't pass it on, you get lost very, very quick. and people just make up their own stuff, and people make up their own lies or whatever the case may be, and others just follow. Like, oh yeah, yeah, that sounds good.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, because like you said about the schools, my niece, she, barely knows anything about Black history. I think she only knows the basic Harriet Tubman and
Okay.
stuff like that, but she don't really know history. Um, my mom the other day, she had, Black history. Every Black History Month, one thing they not gonna get rid of is Roots. So Roots was on TV. She put it purposely on so that my niece could watch it because she realizes that she's very aloof
Hmm.
when it comes to the subject matter of Black history. And my niece was shocked. She thought it was like fiction. I mean, obviously, yes, it's a movie, right? So it's dramatized, but she didn't know that slaves actually went through like death and being hung and being whipped. Like that was foreign to her. My niece is 13 years old.
Mm.
My niece is not 8. She's not 4. She's 13. And she just is lost about Black history. That's
Hmm.
pretty sad.
Yeah,
And
it is.
also, like, I know, people love to say that they take the N word and that was power. Um, but that's also something that she doesn't know the history behind the word. She thinks it's a slang. And
Mm.
that's disappointing, that
Yeah.
the younger generation, because again, it's now in songs, you see different races saying it, so it's come so culturized. And yes, we are part to blame for that, right? No matter how much we say we take the word, we bring it power, but it has a history. And the fact that kids are coming up now, and not only they're not being taught this in school, but they seem to think it's just a slang.
Mm.
Like next thing you know, it's gonna be in Webster's dictionary as
Hmm.
a slang. You know what I mean? If it's not already, I don't know.
Right.
But so it just shows how much like work we have to do to keep our history, because other cultures keep their history,
Oh yeah.
right? Even if it's not taught in school, it's still up to us to still make sure that we know where we come from, like know why, if there is struggle, know why we're trying to get out of it. And even if there's not struggle, know why we have to always keep showing up and being great, because there's a history of us not being so great, you know?
Yeah.
So it's very important that even in the home, like, like how my mom did, saying like, what, they're not doing this for you in school. I'm going to make sure at least when you're here, you know where you come from, you know why you have the things that you have and why you should be appreciated of it, and know who you are in the world. Because
Hmm.
you can't live in the past, but your past defines you, and it's, it's who you are. So
Yeah, I mean, that is sad because at that age, she should know way more than that. Because, like we saying, that's going back to when I was in like junior high school. They focus a lot on that. I don't know if I guess it depends on what school you went to too.
hmm
Like, or like the area. So the school that I went to was mostly black kids. So a lot of African American teachers. So I guess they made it a thing. But when Black History Month get ready, because you're gonna have a couple of projects. So they wanted us to get that into our head, to understand who we are, where we came from. And that, by knowing those things, it helps you. It helps you in the future. It kind of helps you have an understanding of who your ancestors were and what they did, for us.
Yeah,
You
because
know,
a lot of things we have now, if it wasn't for those four founders, we
mm-hmm.
wouldn't have it.
No, we wouldn't. So it's very important. You know, Black history is it's something that that unites us, that bring us together too, as in all people, because it's like a time to teach. Because like we saying, a lot of, like, you could tell, like, a lot of people just don't know, and sometimes you can't even blame the people, because if education, the school places where, a lot of where kids learn a lot of the stuff, and they pulling that on, from under their feet, they're not letting them, you know learn about that stuff. It's only gonna get harder, and it's only gonna continue to disappear, like you're saying. That's when it'll be left to us, like, as the people, to, like, teach our kids. It's just gonna be like similar to what your grandmother was doing. Like, it starts from the home, because if the school is not doing it, you can't, like, just put your hands in the air and just be like, oh Lord, it's all done now. Our kids are not gonna learn. Like, with the technology. Thank God for the technology that we have now. That even though the schools are not doing certain things, we can take matters into our own hands, and learn and teach. You know, the kids, adults, whoever wants to learn. Because you bring up a very important point, that in world history, other type of history, all other stuff that happened, different other race, they cherish their history, like, and then, they're allowed to talk about their history. They highlight their history, but a lot of our stuff is, like, hidden. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So, which is not fair. But you can't stay here and just complain about things that's not fair. You have to do something about it, because obviously, no one is gonna, like, do it for you. So you gotta, like, kind of take matters into your own hands and try to do a little bit that you can, and highlight your own history. So it could be something that's not forgetting, something that they can't easily just sweep under the rug. It doesn't matter if they try to remove it from certain platforms. If you continue to push it, whichever way that you can, or pass it on, or teach it, whatever it is, trust me, it will continue. It's a matter of, like, of everyone, or as many people doing it, that will help this continue. And, yeah, and it sucks. It sucks, because within our history, especially, I'm saying, like, Black people in general, like, we have a very, very rich history. There's a lot to learn, and there's a lot that we still don't know. Because a lot of stuff was, kind of hidden from us. It's almost as if stuff is not written and it's hidden. Like, you gotta go dig for it. It's
Mm-hmm.
crazy. Like, every day, people, like, come finding stuff out. Like, I don't know. It was recently. I forgot what I was watching, and it was this. I think is it an army base? It's some type of base, and then they're finding, like, dead bodies underneath, I guess, the foundation,
Mm-hmm.
the ground and stuff like that. They're finding, like, dead bodies. And to find out, a lot of those dead bodies were slaves that
Wow.
was buried under there. And then there's a group of people. I think I believe those were people that served slave that served, and I don't know if it was the army or something. It has something to do with that. But then they just buried them under, like, right there underneath, like, either somewhere within that area. But then, this group, they're making it their mission for them to find out find the bodies and find out who these people are, and then just give them a proper burial. It's just to tell you, like, how stuff is hidden. And those were all bodies that was just people that was buried there with no type of, recognition, which is like
Terrible.
sad.
Very terrible.
Yeah, but at least, some people trying to do it right, try to, like try to do the right thing. So, because it's never really too late to fix, to try to do right, even though those things already happen, but those people are not rest properly. And it's sad. Yep. Very, very sad. So, but when you, the thing is, like, when you don't know about, your history, it's a sad thing, because you don't feel as valuable. Sometimes, some people, they won't think that that's special until they find out, like, their family was a certain way, or their family was wealthy, or this and that, blah blah blah. It's
Right.
almost like the same way as your history. Like, if you hear me?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, okay. It's almost as your history, because if you don't know about your history, you just don't know how important and how rich you really are. So, but when you know you powerful, when you come from something special, you feel better about yourself, and then you turn to look at life in a different way. Like, you walk different, you walk tall. So it's almost like it's like that for a lot of us. I feel like a lot of us just need to know who we are. We need to, like, learn more about our rich history, and just take advantage to learn, because, like we're saying right now, you have a lot of ways that you can learn stuff. If you don't like to read, you could have somebody read to you. So it doesn't necessarily mean that you have to go in the library and read a whole bunch of books. If you can, that's good. But if you can't, you could, like, do your little research, and basically just have an audio version of anything. Um, have a computer read to you. There's nothing better than that. So it's good to just to learn about your past, and just and learn and teach and pass it on to the kids, pass it on to other people, so they could know too, because we cannot let our history die. That we can't do.
Yeah, because if that died, then we die, right? Because then we are nobody without where we
Yeah.
come from.
Mm-hmm. And and it can, I mean, that can happen, and then that's basically, to me, like, when I hear certain things, sometimes I'm like, damn, is that, like, really some people's mission to, like, just try to delete things? You can't. How can you delete something like that, especially as something as sad as and as impactful as slavery? You can't erase something like that.
Mm-hmm.
But hey, people can always try to, like, turn things around. Just, they're like, oh, they're liars. They're not telling the truth. This is not what really happened. And kids, if you start feeding kids that, then they grow up to be adults, and then just whatever you teach them, whatever they grew up learning, that's what they're gonna focus on. Like, oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. It's not really that and this, and then, so you're gonna have a whole bunch of people arguing about, what's right and what's not, and that's kind of what they want. Sometimes I feel like they want to happen, because if you don't teach the young about the truth, then you're just gonna have a whole bunch of dumb people that don't know what they're talking about in the future. as you can see, sometimes you see that now within certain adults. Like you were like, bro, what hole did you crawl out?
Mm-hmm.
Because like if you didn't know about this simple thing, so it's highly important to learn about our incredible history.
Yeah. No, absolutely. I mean, this is like a, this is just a general um topic, but it's like again, it's more than just like your history. Again, it's who you are. You should want to know where you come from. You should want to know why people may say things about you or look at you a certain way. You shouldn't think that it's normal, right? You should
Mm-hmm.
feel that you want to know where your power comes from and how to overcome it.
Right.
Maybe like how she's growing up thinking like the N word is a slang, right? What if it's something else that someone tells her to her face, you can't get the job because you're black, and she doesn't know her history, so she thinks that that's normal.
Mm-hmm.
Instead of like, you know, saying no, like if Rosa Parks could do it, then I can do it too. I'm strong, I'm powerful, I can overcome.
Right.
So that was just the key part for me, and the key takeaways that we just want to share. That it's just not just saying we should know, we should learn, but everything has its power and it stems from somewhere. So it could be someone who's feeling powerless and then it gets motivated because they've read about someone who's gone through what they're going through before and have the strength to keep going or to fight for what they deserve.
Correct. That's true, man. That's absolutely true. Like you were saying, it's just like more of us try to come here. We're not gonna dig too deep yet. It's just the beginning. Every year we highlight Black History Month because to us it's very precious time. Not just Black History Month. Every day. It's history for us. So, but this is the month that's given to that's being recognized, and that it's the month that we choose to focus and highlight a lot of stuff, because you hear about Black history all the time. Like if you're really paying attention, you hear stuff. People are doing great stuff, and thank God, for social media, because I see a lot of history happening within our from the old to the young. You see kids accomplishing things for the first time. It probably happened before, but of course now it's being highlighted. But you will see kids achieving big things in school. Like smart kids, going to college at a young age. Like graduating and doing incredible stuff, and people just becoming like the youngest judge, or to the youngest mayor, all different type of stuff. So when you see things like that, it make you feel good. That just to tell you that history is not just history is not being highlighted just in February. It's happening in all year round. But the February time is when we choose to truly highlight some of the greats, and just sit down and talk about um, Black history for the entire month, which is a cool thing.
Mm-hmm.
So, I have a few Black History Month facts. Not much. I always gotta have some facts. Okay, nothing crazy. But first one is Black History Month began as a Negro History Week. So when it first started, it started as a black. It started as Negro History Week, and
It's pretty funny.
Number two, Black History Month theme change every year. I think Afia said that before. I believe you said that last year.
Mhm.
um, HSBCUs promote Black History Month all year round, which is what I was just talking about, which is very cool. Not just from February. This is something that they do all year round, which is good to hear. So that's helping spread positive message about Black history. Black History Month recognize all African American experiences. The four colors that are used for Black History Month are black, red, yellow, and green. The black represent resilience. The red represent to donate blood. The yellow represent optimism and justice. And the green symbolize rich greenery. This is my little Black History facts. Yeah.
Nice. Yep, I did not know that about the colors. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, that's what they said. It was very cool. I used to look at it and be like, oh, it's the African color. When I
Right.
was little.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's what I used to say when I was young, especially in school. You always see like you used to have teachers that would have outfits like that like the hat. They would have the hat, or you would have like a blazer, with the different colors. You know, Back then I failed to ask them what the colors stand for.
Right.
Yeah, but those are a few of our facts. There's more to come because we have the entire month, to talk about different things as we normally dedicate um, the month of February on our podcast to Black History Month.
Yep. So again, we hope that you guys, you know, it was just a little check-in, Black History Month check-in, but we hope that you guys, are finding ways every day in your regular life to keep your history alive, or if you notice a moment if somebody needs educating on their history, to to educate them, because it's very important that we don't let anyone erase us. And that's all I'm gonna say.
Oh yeah.
So if you guys have any ways that you keep your history alive, or if any facts that you think of that for Black history that you might want to share, you always like, comment, subscribe to our YouTube, our Instagram, Progress Mindset Podcast, and you're welcome to leave a comment. Let us know how you feel, and that's it.
All right, guys. Take care. Happy Black History Month.
Bye.
All right. Peace out.